Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of ClueCon Weekly, sponsored by Singlewire. Joining us this week is an old friend of Glucon and the open source community and the telephony community, Arpit Modi, the CEO and co-founder of Inextrix. Thank you for joining us today, Arpit.
Yeah. Thank you, Luca, for inviting me on this wonderful platform, ClueCon Weekly. It's my second time in ClueCon Weekly, and I'm very much excited to share my thoughts and to discuss the topics and to discuss the latest things with you.
Awesome. Well, many people have met us, but you were a speaker and sponsor at ClueCon 2022 in Chicago this year. So, did you have fun? What was your experience like there?
Ah, well, it was first time we sponsored and even participated in ClueCon. It was fabulous. I mean, I can't explain in the words, but it was really excellent experience for me and the entire Inextrix team because we were the sponsor. I was one of the speaker as well. Then we had a stand over there to present our products. I met a lot of new people over there, the industry leaders. Then I met the Singlewire team, and it was really very exciting. Moreover, there were very interesting sessions and fun games over there, which I really enjoyed. Yeah, and I won the raffle tickets many times. Yeah, and and the important thing is I made a lot of contacts and many good friends over there. So ultimately, participating in Glucon was really like fruitful for me and the Inex team. And like many of the people were already aware about Inextrix to whom we were meeting in the Glucon, but still it was a good platform and a good opportunity to uh, spreading the awareness about Inextrix and its services, products, and solutions to the entire community and all the participants. So I'm really happy that we participated, and we look forward to it again.
Well, see you next year, and thank you for all the kind words. I think
Sure.
ClueCon is my favorite conference. I mean, aside from, of course, working with Singlewire, I've been a ClueCon. I don't know. I don't even know how many times before I joined. I've been a speaker many times. I've been a sponsor once too, and it's my favorite conference because there's a lot of technical information, and there's always something to learn, and it's not very commercial. Like everybody's showing things that are important to the community, not just this is our latest product, come buy it, which is great, and it's how we progress. But it's all about the content and the people. So I want to thank you for joining us too. It was great. So for a few people who haven't met you and who haven't seen the previous episode, can you give us a quick introduction about yourself and your company, please?
Definitely. My name is Arpit Modi. I'm one of the co-founder and director, cum CEO of Inextrix Technologies Pvt Limited. We are a telecom solution provider company based in India. Not only ICT, but we are also into the IT solutions and softwares. So we are a like 12 years old company. We have been founded in 2010. Personally speaking about me, I am a software engineer. So I started my career as a software engineer, then working on different open source platforms such as like PHP, then Perl, then even Asterisk in my earlier ages. And then gradually we started a business and keep adding more team members, then more technologies. So in 2022, as of now, we have multiple products, solutions, and we are catering a lot many services as well. So that's about me and Inextrix.
Good. I mean, many people know what you've been doing, and it's really so. How did you start? I was looking at, well, we know each other for a while, but I know you've been working at Inextrix for a while now. What is it, 12 years ish?
Yeah, it's
And
been 12 years now. I mean, we started as two people company, me and my partner Sabir Dosi. So in the earlier ages of our career or our company journey, we have been only two people. We were working from home even during that time. Then we started building the team, started gathering like-minded people. We started getting more and more projects. Then we started building the products which can be helpful to the like industry and the businesses. And this is how we have grown so far. And as of now, we are having a team of 70 plus people,
Wow.
and yeah, and we are like catering hundreds of clients every year.
Nice. That's yeah, that's a big growth. I mean, 70 people in consulting and development is a lot. I before I joined Singlewire, I was running a consulting company that the most people we ever had was 12 plus the two business partners, me and my business partner, and it was a lot of work. So I admire being I mean, a 70 people consultancy is big. So there's certainly a lot going on there. And what kind of applications and services do you build and provide?
Yeah, we are mainly providing all the IT and ICT related products and services, but our major focus is on the custom VoIP, then web and mobile application development, then even DevOps. Then we are into the staff augmentation. We are also providing the clustering solutions, then high availability solutions, and a lot more things we are providing as a service. Apart from that, we do have some ready products available. ASTPP, that's a class 4, class 5 soft switch based on FreeSWITCH. Then I qualify, that's a omni-channel contact center software. And recently we have launched a new product, that's Phonemo. That's a wipe soft phone that works on Android and iOS.
Nice. Well, there's a lot. Yeah, it seems like the Switch. It seems like the Switch market is booming again, which is interesting. Like there's been a while where a bunch of people thought that the Switch market would just go away, replaced by distributed stuff and just smaller solutions. But now it looks like there's a lot of going on in the Switch market again, which is quite interesting. So, what are your main components? What are you developing around, whether it's open source or not? Do you develop around FreeSWITCH, Asterisk, both, favorite language, that kind of stack?
Well, we do develop everything around VoIP, for example, FreeSWITCH. Then we are also having OpenShift development and Camilio, Asterisk. We are building the custom AGIs. We do provide the custom call and contact center softwares. If someone is looking for a PBX, IPPBS, then we can have it. If someone is looking for something to integrate with the telephony, then we can have it. If someone is looking for a custom web-based applications based on React.js, AngularJS, or even Node.js, then we have the ready developers. And we do also provide the mobile application developments in native as well as Flutter and React.
Nice. Flutter. Yeah, Flutter is another development environment that I see happening more and more. What about React Native? Do you do apps in React Native? Have you ever done some development there? It is my favorite mobile development environment, but then I am not a full mobile developer, so
Yeah,
might be my feels like there's a lot going on in the React
yeah.
Native field.
React
Uh,
Native is much more powerful actually.
yeah, what I'm
The
curious. The question for you, since you do a lot of mobile development, is native development actually sort of going away? Like is I don't hear
well,
many people doing native anymore, new products.
exactly. Actually, native is still there in the market, but it will take some years, let's say 3 years or 3 to 5 years probably, to go away, because a lot of popular applications have already migrated their application from the native to React or Flutter. So just like us, the recent product which we are having, Phonemo, that's a wipe soft phone and it is based on React Native.
Mhm.
So earlier we had the mobile application in native, but now we have developed in React Native. So ultimately, everyone has to change it at one time. So gradually, as I can say, like in 3 to 5 years, it will be replaced.
Oh, yeah, that's. I think you're right. I think it's already happening. Even many companies, well, including Singlewire, but that's neither here nor there. As see, many others provide SDKs for React Native and for Flutter, but there are no SDKs for native, which is weird. Probably because you have to maintain only one at that point, which is much easier. I have friends that work on Jitsi, which you probably sort of heard of. The
Yes,
Jitsi open source application that has, I mean, it's sort of a companion app they have. It's built in React Native, and the guy who runs the projects was telling me they have 90% shared code between iOS, Android, and desktop. So 90% is all the same, just 10% with the local stuff, API and stuff. It's really, I mean, from a development perspective, it's a win-win. You spend more time on features and less on just finding out how to make the same button on iOS and Android.
exactly. Exactly. Actually, that has been that is the main reason that it has become so much popular nowadays. Because earlier, if you were looking for a mobile app developer, then you had to find two developers. One is Android and one is iOS. But nowadays, you're using a single developer, you can develop a high class mobile application. So that can reduce your cost as well, development cost, and you can have application based on the latest trends and technologies.
Yeah, that's probably the direction where we're going to. So looking at the server side, what is your there's people deploying on bare metal still, VMs, cloud, Docker. Which container technologies do you use internally, or
Uh,
deployment technologies?
okay, see, we are using all, honestly saying. Still, we are having a customers who are using the bare metal servers. Many are using the VMs, or we can say even they are using AWS, Digital Ocean, Asner, and whatnot. Actually, virtual boxes. Then also we are into the Docker. So we are also providing the solution based on the Docker, and we are also having the experience in Jenkins. So we do DevOps as well. So ultimately, a mix of all, but it totally
Mhm.
depends on the customer.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that is true. Nowadays, customers are more technology centric, so they do ask a lot of question about technology. Earlier, that was not the case. People were just looking for the application which can work and fulfill the need. But nowadays, technology is a major concern.
Yeah, it feels like the Docker is currently, well. Do you use Kubernetes? Actually, it's an interesting question. Kubernetes is hard, so not
Yeah,
everybody has jumped on yet. I know people
exactly.
who have tried using Kubernetes and now they have issues managing the stack because they got it to work, but now they cannot make changes because they don't know how. And I mean, of course, you can always hire experts, but I feel like it's not there yet.
No, no, it is there, but the documentation is like little bit
Mm,
complex, and as you say, it is like a complex to use. So, unless you have the expertise, you cannot use the Kubernetes. Yeah.
yeah.
So even we have started using it. We haven't done many big projects in Kubernetes yet, but yeah, we have started using it.
Yeah, there I think there's still quite a bit of work to do. There is a couple distributions like Minikube and K3s, and probably there's at least one another that are like smaller versions that are more documented and easier to set up. But I think it's still very much something you set up as a large company, not something you do for a smaller project, which is what a lot of us really do. Honestly, it's smaller in scale. I mean, it's barely something that Signalwire will use. To be fair, we're migrating some stuff to Kubernetes, but it's going to be a long way before we actually get there. Cool. So, with all these cool stacks and technologies and languages, what are you currently working on? What are the most interesting projects you have in your pipeline? If you can say, maybe some of them are secret.
Yeah, well, there is nothing like secret, but I would be happy to share actually. Like there are many interesting projects we are working as of now, and one of them is the Phonemo app, which I said that's the VoIP soft one. So it is still under development. I mean, the first version is released, but we are continuously adding new features to it. So that is our one of the important project or a product we can say as of now. Then another project is we are developing a UC platform for one of our customer. So that is based on the React JS, and that is going to be providing like all the media such as like SMS, email, chat, voice calling, video calling, everything under one platform in a single application. So we are, I mean, we are on it as of now. Then there are some custom development projects. So we are developing some modules for our customers based on FreeSWITCH and also in Asterisk. So one of the project is we just have used the AMD module of FreeSWITCH and the licensed version of AMD module from FreeSWITCH and integrated it and used it in one of the project because the customer was looking for a good AMD solution, you know. So we used it and we integrated it with a third party system. So like that, there are many projects are running on, and there are small projects as well, but these are the one which you can highlight as of now.
Nice. So, what about mobile development? Is there anything going on in that scenario that's interesting? What's these? Do you do both iOS and Android? What's the general direction? Are you doing a lot of communications applications on mobile? What's the mobile scenario looking like?
Well, yeah, mobile development is nowadays very essential. I mean, if you have to survive in the market, then providing only a web application is not sufficient.
Hmm.
You know, you must need to have the mobile version of your application, and it must be available on both the platforms, Android and iOS, because gradually the usage of iOS is also increasing. Earlier the iPhone or the Apples were only available in some of the countries, but nowadays it has expanded the business in most of the countries. So iOS devices are also increasing comparatively, I mean, Android. So that is the reason actually, because earlier if you only develop the Android application, then it was working. I mean,
Hmm.
users was not caring because most of the users were using the Android, but nowadays also iOS is in the market. So we have to use a hybrid technology like React Native or Flutter to develop the applications. And see, that is why, like I said, Phonemo is the application which we are focusing as of now. Apart from that, we are also developing a non-telecom applications, just like a metro application
Oh,
to yeah. So we are in the city of Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and here the metro is just I mean operated. It just started operating before few months. So we have also developed an application from where user can see like how many metro stations are there, find the
hmm.
metro station, and they can also plan their travel, like the time, the useful application for the tourists who are coming to the city. So like a lot of such applications. One was the very interesting project which we did in past was the automation project. It was about home automation, so user can switch off and on the lights from the mobile device. If he is from the office, still he
Oh,
can
nice.
operate it from the office using that. Yeah, so that was one of the past project I can say. So see, the mobile usage is increasing. So if you have to be in market, then you must have to release the mobile version of your application, and that is why the mobile app development is more, I mean, popular nowadays.
Yeah, you're right. I think people have started and people need to start designing their applications around the fact that you need a desktop version and a mobile version. And maybe that way you start by separating the API. So the backend, the web API is already separate. So then you can build the mobile app more easily. There's a lot there. But yeah, you're right. At this point, nobody should release a product which doesn't have a mobile version of it. It's just people.
Of
There are some
course,
people
even
who don't
some
have a computer. Some people only have a
that
phone.
that's the point. Actually, that's the point. Yeah, because everyone is having the phone. Even if they don't have the computer, they have the phone. So I have version, but you've seen which are not available on the. So users can use them. I mean, download the mobile application, but they cannot use the web version. It is not possible sometimes.
Yeah, it is very often, and I've seen well, there are some very high profile examples. For example, GitHub. GitHub for a long time did not have a mobile version. Like if you went to this website using your phone, you will see the same thing you will have on desktop. That will be super small, and you won't be able to even read code honestly. So what they did is
Exactly.
now they have a very good mobile app, which also performs authentication. So when you want to log into your private repos, it goes through the mobile app, same way as the Google Authenticator will work. But it took them a while, and yeah, it was so there are not every even larger companies don't always get it. But right now, people need mobile more than anything. I know a lot of people who don't really have a computer; they just have a phone. And
Phone
tablets
or
are
tablets.
yeah, so iPads have been in fashion for a while, and now it looks like people have less tablets. There's a lot of
Right.
phones and not much else. It's interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
So where are you going next? What's the next? I will ask a question like it was a don't know, some kind of high profile economics program. Like how do you where do you see your company in the next year? Like where are you going? What's the plan for next year and maybe beyond that?
Uh, yeah, definitely. Actually, see, the mission of our company as of now is to providing the unified communication software solutions along with all the IT and ICT platforms and to reach up to the mark of 3,000 new enterprises or businesses. So we want to reach to the 3,000 new customers, and that's the mission which we have decided. And I mean, we are aggressively working on that mission, and that mission needs to be fulfilled by 2025. So we are on it. That's the mission as of now. Of course, by focusing more on the customer satisfaction and providing a better quality products, services, and solutions. So that way we can have more and more customers onboarding. So and that way we will be also expanding our team, and we will be definitely reaching a much more audiences in the upcoming future. That's the plan in general. Nothing
Nice. Yeah.
fancy.
So I think you're a large company and you're still growing. So I always ask this question because people might find out or might want to join you. If you're hiring, what kind of people are you looking for right now? Which is always interesting to tell people.
Well, when hiring the new people, what we look is rather than, I mean, checking out more of the skills, we look in the candidate like how passionate he is about the work.
Mhm.
You know, because of course when somebody is joining our company, then we are providing enough training and providing enough skill set such that he can work on the platforms. But if he doesn't have the passion, enough passion to work on it or to be more flexible towards the technologies or the environment, then he would be able to work on, right? So we are checking out the flexibilities, even the characteristics of that person, how the integrity of that person is. That is more important, and of course a skill we are looking in. So that way we are choosing the right candidates and we are building the team of the experts.
Nice. Yeah. There's I was looking at your career page. You have a lot of positions open. So
Right.
one question I want to ask you, since you're a large company, do you do any remote work or is everybody working at the office? Because that's always an interesting way to figure. I always like to find out what people are doing in remote because it's interesting.
Yeah, see, before pandemic, it was complete like work from office. After
Mhm.
pandemic, we had to adapt the work from home culture. Then gradually we got to the hybrid model. And as of now, also, I mean, we are back to the office. But yeah, some of the team members who are not able to join the office, we are flexible enough and providing them the flexibility to work from home. So
Mhm.
who is like capable enough to deliver the work from home, they can do it. And like I said, the priority is the work from office, because I believe personally that working from office gives you like more and can make you a more team player, because you are dealing with the people on a daily basis, and that will give you more clarity about the company in which you are working, and that will eventually help company to achieve the vision and mission on which we are working on.
Yeah, it can certainly be a big challenge. I think us, Singlewire, you with the Inextrix and the various products, etc., we've done a lot of work helping other companies moving at least to the hybrid model. So I think telecoms got a nice boost out of it. And what I like about it is people finally decided it's okay to have a call instead of meeting.
Yes. Right,
Sometimes
right.
people should just send an email, but that's never going to change, right? Sometimes meetings should just be an email, but it's I mean, it comes with working with people. Some people like to talk to each other. So, but yeah, I think our remote work, we've done a lot of work. Speaking of which, I know Inextrix has a few open source contributions going on too, right?
All right. So, as I said, we are having one of the product, that's ASTPP. That's number one open source class 4, class 5 soft switch, or we can say a smart telephony platform that is based on FreeSWITCH. So, as I started my career with open source technologies, it was always I was having a soft corner with open source technologies, and we always wanted to give back to the community. So that is, and in between, like 2013, we got an opportunity to work on one of the open source product, that's ASTPP. And apart from the name, now it's been like almost 9 years. We have changed everything. We have upgraded. I mean revamped all the solutions. And as of now, you can see it's very much popular and interesting product, and lot more people or users are coming to experiment, coming to explore the solution every day. So that's how we are contributing to open source, and our love for open source will remain forever.
Nice. We all need to be well, keep contributing. I think there's a lot going on. There's been a shift, as you remember, early years, 90s, people were just everybody was just hacking away on their own. Then the larger projects started being getting bigger, and many of them turned into companies. But there's a lot still to be done. FreeSWITCH, for example, it's maintained by Singlewire, but we keep doing a lot of work. There's regular releases. People need to start to understand that sponsorships are important. So if you are not able to sponsor, you can still, I don't know, write documentation, write a blog post. If you're not able to code, just show up and design a logo. I know some people would just
Exactly.
work on graphics. Like I can do a logo for your open source project for free. Great. That's always super important. So all contributions are welcome, and I think we all, as the me and you, as the me and people who are more involved, need to be aware that we need to keep attracting people. I'm always looking for ways to make people interact with projects, and it's super important. So it's where we're going. It's kept things going for a long time. We need to to be aware that needs to keep happening, because I think contributions, I keep saying contributions are going down. I don't know if that's your feeling too. Feels like there's a little bit less people contributing to open source projects these days, but I can never find out if I'm right or wrong. What's your feeling about that?
Well, you are right. If I talk about ASTVP project, then earlier stages, we were having a lot of contribution in terms of even the codes or modules, and yeah, even we were receiving some of the donations. But nowadays, people are not that much contributing, not even in terms of code,
Mm.
as you said, like the logo at least. So this needs to be like people needs to be aware about the contribution part, and that's how I mean we have been contributing to even FreeSWITCH, and that's how we have sponsored the GluCon last year, I mean 2022. So and yeah, if situation permits, then we will keep doing it every year. So that's only, I mean, that's not the only way, but like you said, in any way, if you can contribute something to the community, then it is very good for you and the entire community, and that's the only way to keep everyone happy and alive.
Well, that's yeah, that's a lot. There's still a lot to do, but I think again, if we keep asking people for contributions, sometimes you have to ask. Like there's something
Yeah,
we
true.
hackers don't like to go ask. So sometimes you don't go out, but we need to be aware that sometimes you say, "Hey, why don't you help on this?" and people will do it. If you don't ask, it's not going to happen. Well, Arpit, thank you so much for joining us today again. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and well, looking forward to seeing you at the next ClueCon, if not earlier. What are the next conferences you're
Definitely.
attending? In fact, are you attending any conferences in the next few months?
Yeah, I'll be going to Convergence, that's in New Delhi in March month, and probably we are also planning to go in Mobile World Congress, that's in Spain. So we are still into the planning, but hopefully we will make it. And of course, next year in August, the Glucon 2023 is there. So we'll see you there as well.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing you. And yeah, I will be at Mobile World Conference too, so we can meet
Oh,
there.
wow.
And everybody will like to chat
Perfect.
with Arpit or myself, and people from our companies will. Someone will be around, so hit us up. And super happy to meet you. Well, again,
Thank
Arpit,
you
thank
so
you
much.
for joining us today. It was awesome as usual.
Same here, Luca. It was like I'm very happy to see you again and again. It's pleasure meeting with you, and thank you for this opportunity.
So our friend Arpit Modi, CEO and founder of Inextrix, joined us today. So, and I thank him very much for joining us. For the rest of the people, see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.